What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW, and today we're going to go over a day trading recap. I'm going to show you my entries, exits, live trade, and the plan, why I took the trade, how I took it, all in this video, so check it out. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump into this video here. I'm going to show you exactly why I traded BLIN. I'm going to show you some of the other charts I was looking at and some of the plans I was looking at. We're going to go over all that, learn here together, and I'm going to ask you to drop any questions you have in the comment section below so I can come back around and answer them for you. I'll answer them to the best of my knowledge. Remember to smash the like button for me and subscribe to the channel. Now let's go ahead and not waste any time and dive right on into the charts. Alright guys, so let's jump into this recap here on the morning. A very nice morning here in the room. Let's take a look here real quick. Today is the 13th of July and it's been a great morning here. We have 77% of traders were green today, 22% didn't trade, showing great discipline on your behalf. Guys, no red trades today, which is excellent. That's a good job. That's a great piece of work there on the day as far as your trading went, so congratulations to that. And what do we have here? Well, we're going to get the watch list over from the dashboard here at thedaytraderchatroom.com. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, there's a link in the description and comment section. You can come join us for 5 days, get access to courses, video lesson library, and much more. So AMC, Tesla, CRTD, OSAT, DPW, BLIN were all on watch this morning. And some of my favorites were BLIN, OSAT, and AMC. Those are some of my favorites this morning, along with one that wasn't on the watch list, which was SPCE. Now SPCE and AMC, I was looking for the short side type of trade on them. AMC, out of nowhere this morning, we had a little bit of a double bottom here in front of $39, the $40 level. Big bounce right through the high, huge volume on that increase. Then it gave it all back. And I mentioned a couple of potential entries here to the short side. I don't have shorts to borrow on that stock, so I was looking at the puts. Didn't really like how they were trading, so I let it go, and it went. It made a nice little move here. I saw those puts go from 260s to 305. Then we had what? A bounce, and that bounce attempt was brought to you by a big increase in volume. We had that VWAP rejection there, and I mentioned to you guys this could be a potential new entry zone for it, but be careful if you're long puts because it could get choppy. What you want is clear, decisive move back down to the lows in continuation. Yet now what you're getting is another bounce attempt here with another little increase in volume. So either this stock is going to make a move back up here, or we're just going to chop around down here, maybe bear flag, and maybe not make a move to the downside again until lunch or later on after lunch in the afternoon. If that's the case, then you have to really watch the time decay on the puts. We were looking at the $40 strike, July 16th expiration puts. All right, so in here there would have been a good trade. Right now it's rather choppy. So no trades for me on AMC, unfortunately, because I was having a hard time trusting those bounces because of the increase in volume on them. And it will all started here in SPCE. I was watching SPCE this morning for a short opportunity here in front of this $42, $43 zone, but we just gapped down. We gapped down and immediately just dumped. So when we dumped, I said, all right guys, I'm going to watch and see if yesterday's little pivot low here can maybe hold resistance on a little quick bounce. We didn't get a quick bounce. This thing just went straight down. It's like it fell out of an airplane straight down. And then we finally put in a bottom down there, right? We put in that bottom. And when we put in that bottom, what happens there? This is the one that, when I saw this, kept me away from getting into AMC. When AMC put in what looked like some sort of bottom, right? Why? Because look, we get the bottom in here, we got a bounce, and we have a very big increase in volume. And this thing went green on the day of all things. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm going to stay away from AMC just in case. And, so far it's somewhat been the right decision because now AMC has gotten a little bit choppy down here. So with AMC, not giving me the trade setup I wanted. SPCE not giving me the trade setup I wanted, even though they made somewhat partially a percentage of the moves I was looking for. What was left? Well, I was looking at Tesla, nothing there. I was looking at CRTD. As you can see, nothing there. I was looking at OSAT, and OSAT clear VWAP resistance and now fading some of this gap up. So far, nothing there. I was also looking at DPW, and DPW has been nothing but a fader. It's faded like 50% of the gap already. So nothing there. What did that leave me? Well, that left me BLIN. 6.38 million shares in the float. Had a press release where it did sign a 3-year agreement with the agency in the Singapore government. And I thought, okay, well, maybe this one's going to give us, you know, that gap entry at $10. Maybe we can break above that and make a move towards $11. So I wanted to participate in this trade here. And my trade on BLIN started right here. Right here's where that trade started. Let's erase these fibs and redraw them. I'm going to go ahead and redraw these fibs. Right here, we started to get that pullback back down here towards this 860, which coincided with this previous high in here from early on at the open, coincided with that 23.6 Fibonacci level VWAP. And if you watch here on the daily chart, we drew this line in pre-market. I'm going to put my crosshairs here on the intraday. You're going to see it populate here on the daily, and look at what happens when we get towards that level. We line up with those previous resistance points that we were looking at for potential support today. So what are we looking for? Well, we're looking on this squeeze on upward. We're looking for increasing volume, which we got. On the pullback back downward, what are we looking for? We're looking for decreasing volume, which we got. So right in here, I stepped in with a starter position and took an add right in there. And I just started taking profits off as we went. Let me get the alerts over here. And I also have a little part of the live trade left recorded as well. So I'll bring that into frame in a little bit. Here are the alerts on the long starter. BLIN 884, stop 850 area, taking some profits off 910, taking more off 920, taking more off 930. I really pieced out of this in small chunks. More off at 947, more off 965, more off 980 for a nice trade right there. And then I got flat the final little piece at 926. Okay, now let me grab the live trade and I'll show you the recording. Unfortunately, by the time I hit the live trade, by the time I hit the record button, I was already out a few pieces of this trade. Let me grab that. Oh yeah, I was out a few pieces of this trade. I had 750 shares of this stock, and that goes to show you that you don't need a whole ton of shares. There'll be people out there who will tell you, oh, you need 1,000 shares of any given stock so you can scalp 10 cents and make $100. Dude, I made nearly $400 on the day on this stock with 750 shares. Okay, so you just got to know how to trade. That's all. You got to know how to trade. You don't need a lot of size. You just need proper education, which you can get here at the Day Trader chat room. So 475 shares is what I had left, because as soon as we got this pop towards this high, I started taking profits off because I don't want to double top up here and reject and be caught in my full position. So I took shares off up there. My average there is now 890s because I did have my ads. And now we will go ahead. You're not going to see much of the chart here because of the way the new layout is that I've done here, but you saw me go over it on the chart previously here. So you see 450 shares left. I started taking off. I was just taking off by the hundreds. You know, 100 share here, 100 share there. Putting orders out on the ask. 940 you see here. 100 shares, 940. I'm about to click sell. Boom, gone. 150 shares left. Boom, another 100 shares gone. And now I hold on to that final 50 to see if we're going to break over $10. 990 high of day there. We get back up in there in the 990s. It's looking like we're going to go. I'm putting out an order on the ask at 10.05, but no dice. And it eventually just comes right back down and I stop out of those last 50 shares at 9.26. So you don't need a whole lot of, oh, I can actually do this. Oh, cool. Okay. So you don't need a whole lot of shares to make money, guys. You don't need, like, people are like, oh my God, you need a few thousand shares to make $400 or $500. No, you don't. You just need to know how to trade and how to manage your risk properly, right? And that's what I always try to prove here to you guys when I record some of these trades. So that's pretty much it. That concludes my trade on the day. I'm glad I stopped out of the last bit because look at what BLIN did next. You know, I was looking for another entry opportunity in here, but we failed. Didn't give me a nice clean entry, so no more trades. Just sitting on a nice triple on the day, and I'll take it. Do you ever use Billy M? Do you ever use a stop loss, or if a trade goes bad, or do you use hotkeys? Do you mean, do I use a physical stop loss? Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, this is members asking questions in real time. I use mental stop losses. So like when I put the trade on and I put the alert on, I put my stop loss area and I use a mental stop loss. I only recommend mental stop losses for traders if they're going to be disciplined enough to stick to it. See, 850 stop loss area. But I only recommend using a mental stop loss if one is disciplined enough to stick to it. I've always been. That's been one good thing about me, even as a beginner trader. I always stuck to my stop losses. I never held bags because I knew that there was a key. And one of the keys was to always manage risk and never allow myself to hold a bag. I work very hard for my money. I don't ever want to jeopardize it in that way. So I can use I can use mental stops with no problem. Now, if I'm going to step away from my platform and it's a slow type of trade, I'll put a hard stop on, right? Or if it's in an afternoon trade, sometimes you guys know when I trade the afternoon, I could be in a trade for an hour, sometimes a little bit longer, even if it's like 40 minutes. At that point, I do put a hard stop on because I'm not just going to sit here staring right at it for an hour, right? With my hand hovering over my mouse button. I'm not going to do that. I have other stuff to do, emails to reply to, DMs, stuff like that, right? I'm editing videos for YouTube, etc. So I will use a hard stop at that point. But I'd say 90% of my trades, it's a mental stop. As far as hotkeys, I like them, but the hotkeys on Street Smart's Edge aren't that great, so I don't use them. That's why I'll show you here real quick on my broker's platform, which I've changed around a lot. I have multiple boxes here to place my orders. This is the main one I use right here. And I have two more right here. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. Let me know your thoughts. Drop them in the comment section below. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.